Chapter 2 Adaptation in Plants. Learning Objective 1. Kinds of plant. 2. Features of aquatic plant. 3. Features of terrestrial plants. 4. Insect-eating plants. 5. Usefulness of plants of grass family. Let me answer. Successful in a particular environment are called types of plants, aquatic plants, terrestrial plants, trees, free-floating plants, underwater plants, fixed plants, emergent plants, coniferous trees, mangrove trees, evergreen trees, deciduous trees, desert plants, insectivorous plant of a grass family. Different kinds of plants. Plants grow all over the world. Some can survive in hot deserts while some in cold regions. There are plants that climb up on some support and others that creep on the ground. Plant may be found only on land but also in water. We find different kinds of plants in different natural surroundings. These plants develop features to adapt themselves to their surroundings. This process is called adaptation. Plants are generally found on land or in water. Let us give them a closer look and understand them better. There are basically two kinds of plants. Aquatic. Those which grow in water are called aquatic plants. Terrestrial. Those which grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Aquatic plants. In the water world, we will see various kinds of plants. They adapt themselves to make their food in water. Aquatic plants may be free-floating plants. These plants are not rooted to the soil. They are very light and float on the surface of water. Some common examples are water lettuce and duckweed. These plants use sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air to make food. They protect small water animals from the hot sun. Underwater plants. These are the plants that live underwater. Their roots are fixed to the soil or to the bottom of shallow ponds and rivers. Some common examples are pondweed and tape grass. Their narrow leaves have no stomata at all. These answers plants breathe through their body surface. These plants clean the water by removing carbon dioxide breathed out by aquatic animals. We also put such plants in an aquarium. Fixed plant. These plants have their roots fixed in the soil at the bottom. Common examples are lotus and water lily. Their long hollow stems support the large leaves and flowers that float on the surface of the water. These plants have stomata only on the upper surface so that water does not block the pores. The broad leaves of such plants provide a nesting place for some tiny birds. Emergent plants. They line the edge of the water body where the soil is soaked in water. They look like land plants. Common examples are kettle and iris. Terrestrial plants. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. They are of different types depending upon the type of soil and climate they grow in. They are of the following types. Coniferous trees. We see them in cold and hilly places. They have needle-like leaves and have cones instead of flowers. Examples of such trees are pine, spruce, fir and cedar. They are conical, slim and slanting shape makes snow slide off easily. As they do not shed their leaves in winter, they are called evergreen trees. Mangrove trees. These plants grow in the marshy areas near the seashore. These places are hot and damp. These plants are adapted to live in the soil that is soaked in water. These plants have roots that grow above the soil. Since the soil is full of water, the roots do not get air to breathe. Roots send special parts of the soil surface to breathe. They are called breathing roots. Some examples are calypso, candela, evergreen trees. These plants have lots of leaves but they do not shed them so they remain green. Some examples are coconut tree, rubber tree and field of cotton and rice near the coastal areas. These plants need plenty of water and sunlight. Deciduous trees. These trees can bear the heat and give shade in summers. These trees shed their leaves in winter. This is how they adapt themselves and survive. When the season changes, fresh new leaves appear. Some examples are rosewood, teak and gulmohar. Desert plants. The desert areas have little rainfall, therefore fewer plants grow there. These plants live on very little water and store what they get. Their roots go deep in search of water or spread widely. As the plants cannot afford to lose water, their leaves are reduced to spines. These plants have a green fleshy stem. The stem stores food and water. Cactus or prickly pear are examples of such plants. Insectivorous plants. Some plants grow in soil which is poor in minerals, so they eat insects to get enough nutrition. The leaves of the Venus flytrap are like a trap. They can snap shut when an insect sits on them. The hollow leaves of the picture plant are filled with nectar. When insects come to drink this, the net closes and they are eaten by the plants. Plants of the green family. Cereals like wheat, maize and rice belong to the grass family. These plants are useful to us in many ways. They provide food to human beings and animals. Fodder for animals is obtained from such plants. Various grasses are used to make paper. Paper was first made by the people of Egypt from a grass called papyrus. Paper got its name from the grass. Bamboo, a giant grass, is used to make brooms, baskets, mats, etc. Dried grasses are used as packing material. They conserve the soil as they hold the soil with their roots and prevent soil erosion. Facts to know: insectivorous plants are green and can carry out photosynthesis. Some climber plants are as thick as strong as a rope. Example, linus. Let's recall: 1. Different plants are found everywhere, be it on land or in water. 2. Aquatic plants are plants that live in water. They can be fully underwater, fixed, free floating or emergent. 3. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. These plants grow in cold areas, marshy areas, coastal areas, plains or deserts. 4. Insectivorous plants eat insects to get nutrition. 5. Plants of the family wheat, rice and maize are useful to men and animals in many ways. Word power. Adaptation, adjustment in a new living condition. Fodder, food given to farm animals. Marshy, an area of soft wet land. Shallow, not deep. Stomata, small pores in the leaves. Train your brain. Cross curriculum connect. 1. Answer the following questions in short. A. What are insectivorous plants? B. List 4 uses of plants of the grass family. C. What can we make from bamboo? 2. Fill up the blanks with suitable word. A. Dash trees usually grow in the plains. B. Plants that grow fully underwater are called dash plants. C. A pine tree is a dash type of evergreen tree. D. The plants that grow in a desert are dash and dash. E. Dash plants grow in marshy areas. F. Dash trees shed their leaves with the change of season. 3. Answer the following questions. A. Why do we find plants everywhere? B. Name the 4 types of aquatic plants. Give one example of each. C. What are terrestrial plants? Give any 4 examples. D. Where do we usually find coniferous trees? Why are they mostly evergreen? E. What are mangroves? What do they store in their leaves? F. How does a cactus survive in the desert? 4. Tick the right and cross the wrong statements. A. Coniferous trees do not shed their leaves. B. Cotton and rice plants are found in hilly areas. C. Duckweed is a fixed water plant. D. No plant grows on snowy mountains. E. Conifers can be found in the plains. F. Underwater plants are used in aquariums. G. No plant is found in the deep waters of oceans and seas. H. Insectivorous plants eat insects to get nutrition. 5. Multiple choice questions. Tick the correct option. A. Which is the correct statement? 1. Aquatic plants grow in water. 2. Aquatic plants grow on land. 3. Aquatic plants grow in water and on land. B. What is the wrong statement? 1. Terrestrial plants grow on land. 2. Terrestrial plants grow on land and in water. 3. Aquatic plants grow in water. C. Which is the correct statement? 1. Evergreen trees shed their leaves. 2. Evergreen trees do not shed their trees. 3. Evergreen trees are aquatic. D. Which series of plants pertain to grass family? 1. Wheat, rice, maize, bamboo. 2. Aquatic plants. 3. Desert plant. 6. Give one word for each one of the following. A. The plant which grows in water. B. The plant which grows on land. See the plant with breathing roots which grow in marshy areas. 7. Match the columns. Column A. Coniferous tree. B. Imagine plants. C. Mangroves. D. Cactus. E. Deciduous trees. F. Coconut tree. G. Evergreen trees. H. Insectivorous plants. Column B. 1. Water-soaked soil. 2. Desert. 3. Evergreen. 4. Marshy areas. 5. Coastal areas. 6. Hot plains. 7. Soil poor in minerals. 8. Places with enough sunlight. Activity time. Divide the student into groups and give each group a thick and thin sponge. Ask them to put each sponge in a dish. Tell the students to pour equal amounts of water each sponge. Allow the sponges to remain in the water for a minute or so. Have the students squeeze the thin sponge into a measuring cup. How much water does it hold? Repeat with the thick sponge. Put the measuring cups next to each other. Which cup has more water? Which sponge dries out faster? Remind the class that some plants live in places with lots of water, while others live in places with very little water. Where would thick leaves and thin leaves be better? Why? Hot. A cactus plant can grow in urban areas, but a paddy plant cannot grow in deserts. Why? Project time. 1. Visit a pond or lake with your teacher. Observe the different kinds of aquatic plants. 2. Take a nature walk during the winter season and make a note of trees that shed their leaves in winters. 3. Make your own indoor garden. Take a large glass jar. Take some clear pebbles, some garden soil, sand, small plants and water. Put a layer of pebbles on the bottom of the jar. Carefully cover the pebbles with garden soil and then with sand. Arrange our plants in the soil and sand. Keep the glass jar in the sun. Put a little water. Cover the jar with a lid. This type of garden is called terrarium.